if we missed it, we have to keep paying attention to what's going on.
Our snow angel,
Aww.
David Culver. That was my attempt at a segue. He's out in Clarendon, Virginia for us this morning. Dave, what you seeing out there?
Well, we're seeing a lot of folks essentially turn Clarendon Boulevard here into a pedestrian plaza. It's got to make you nervous, John Crawford, with the Office of Emergency Management, to see a lot of folks walking here on the street.
Yeah, it does. Because we're asking people to just stay in place, stay home. If you don't need to come out, then walk right on. Because the roads are treacherous, it's still snowing, and it's really a danger for pedestrians who are actually walking in the street.
Your office is about a mile down the road. You came in that SUV behind us, four-wheel drive. How long did it take you?
About 20 minutes. We got stuck once coming up here too. So even with a four-wheel drive vehicle, it's very dangerous out on these roads.
Got some props with us here today too. This is a go bag. You have to be out there.
Right, you have to be out there. In your car, you should have some essentials. And we have an emergency blanket to keep you warm. We have a LMF radio with extra batteries, work gloves, and some food. But also, we ask people that if you're going to be out, make sure you have plenty of medications with you just in case you get stuck. And that shoulder right there is going to be your best friend in this kind of way.
That was a very good friend for me and for the journalist Heather Hudson earlier today. We had to dig out from that old college because there's just too much snow. What do you think the anticipation of getting a lot of this food and how timeline-wise? What do we think?
Well, I know that the Department of Environmental Services has tripled the amount of trucks and equipment out on the road in the streets, but it's going to take a long time. There's a lot of roads out here in Arlington.
A lot of snow here too. Do you ever see anything like this?
No, we are, yeah, 2010.
Now here's the news channel.
It's still snowing, and it's the wind gust.
If you haven't been watching the news, so this is an update.
Folks finding use of some of these big mounds and some of the parking lots to do some sledding as well. But the advice, of course, for pedestrians, try to stay off the roads as they're trying to plow these. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
David, a quick question actually for him, if you can ask. You know, we talk about these people, folks who have to be out there to have emergency supplies. Who would he put in that group? People who have to be outside, other than the first responders.
Aaron mentioning the essential personnel. We talked about this. Who have to be out there. Who else would you put in that category?
Nurses, doctors, first responders.
It says right there, Blizzard
personnel,
2016.
People who actually have to
And
work
then
and be out
out
on the streets.
teacher
those are
to
the
drive
areas I
if
think
you
should be.
caution.
Otherwise, don't. It's just too dangerous out here.
One of the things I was noticing is the crossroads between Clarendon Boulevard and Wilson. It's hard to find a street if you're trying to go
It
the other
says
direction.
We were trying to make that left to get over to the news truck, and we couldn't do it. We
There.
had to go up
It
several
says
blocks before we
Storm
could
Team
get that
4.
hook around and come on back.
John Crawford, the Office of Emergency Management here in Arlington County. Sir, thank you for making the commute over here. We appreciate it, guys. Send it back to you.
Makes a good point. If your profession doesn't require you to be out in this weather, then don't be at this point. Thank you, David.
And we also have to thank all the first responders and the nurses and doctors. Be still my heart. A collective aww when the National Zoo tweeted this video. Can we just put this on a loop, please?
There it is.
There you go. This is
It's
Pan
the
Pan
baby
just
panda from
wallowing in
the
the snow, wallowing in it.
See, this
Eating
is
it
what you do. He's like, oh, it's on my foot. I gotta get this foot in my mouth too.
He's just so excited he can't help himself.
This is what you do. You go in your backyard, not in the street. You just go in the backyard and have at it.
I love him.
He could not. He's like, I'm all over my head. I'm gonna try to wash myself.
Where are the babies? Do you think the babies are playing with the snow yet? Or Mayshawn is like, wait a minute, let Dad get his turn.
Out first.
Right, make sure it's okay. He comes back.
All right.
Look, bow, baby.
Gotta get
It says right up there, National Zoo. That's at the zoo right now.
For sharing that photo with us, that video, I should say.
So that was the babies.
Or a meteorologist in a snowstorm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you outside. Yeah. Now I'm gonna show you outside. It's really bad. Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to shut down. It's bad. I'll show you. Because, yeah. I can't have it open for that one because it'll be way too much. That's how bad it is right now. So, that's how bad it is. And look, right on the door. Ice is coming. I'm gonna eat it. See? So I just take this one off. See? See this one.
Shut the door.
Oh. I stepped in it. My foot's freezing right now. It hurts now. So yeah, I just stepped in this. It's freezing. So here's my little baby Callie. She was just sleeping a minute ago. So yeah. Sooner or later, I'm gonna put it in the snow. Not Callie though, you guys. Sooner or later. Probably in the next episode. Callie, say hi. She's sniffing you guys, if you don't see. As her sniffing you. Tell me in the comments who's cooler. Callie. You can say cat or dog. So this you can spell their names. This one's Callie. And this one's Divine. Which one is cuter? Callie, Divine. Callie, Divine. Callie, Divine. I'll say, but if I had to choose one, I'd choose Callie. But I love both of them, so I'll put both of them. But if I had to choose one, I'll choose Callie. But I'm sorry, Divine. I still love you. Look at her. Everyone, say something good about my dog because she's gonna die soon. So yeah. Callie or Divine? Vote for Divine. But some of you can vote for Callie too. Because she's a little sweetie poo. She's a little sweetie poo. How are you going?
Much of southern Maryland is over a foot of snow from this system that is going to continue to move right on through.
Oh, you can sit in the chair. I'm going to stay with Callie. Where's my phone? Oh, I have it. So, yeah. Are you a little sweetie poo? She's such a little sweetie poo.
Just checking my Twitter feed. Man, people are just loving this panda. They can't stop the panda.
So she is like so cute. She's let me pet her on her paw. She never lets me do it.
It does build confidence. Let's check in with News Force Derek Ward, who's been watching the conditions change over in College Park. He's live along Route 1. Derek, we have seen the wind whipping out there where you are. I'm sure you are cold.
Yeah, of course. But, that's what it is. And the wind is indeed whipping. You can see now, it's, I don't want to use a cliche, but I will. Horizontal snow now. It's going that way. Of course, my snow hole past college.
She loves to be scratched on
And
her back.
as you can see, it's almost filled up.
Sometimes she starts to cry.
Over an hour ago. That is so exciting. I think that's what will eclipse the panda on social media.
Okay.
In any case, the good thing is
You like
we
it?
have the cars on one hand that have not been either somehow emergency or public works type vehicles passing through. So people are
Look at her. She's so.
Early last night.
So a lot of people
Waving
are
back.
only going out for essential things if they have to, they have to be, and that's a
No,
good
they're
thing.
warning everybody to stay off of them.
We haven't seen any plow trains come through recently. There's been the occasional plow. I headed somewhere maybe to get gas or to give that.
You ain't not shoveling today, are you?
Because they have definitely been out here doing a good job. I've seen a lot of Metro vehicles come through. So chances are that they are preparing now to get that system back up to speed. As you know, it's going to be closed for the remainder of the weekend while they get the tracks clear and get the streets cleared enough to get those ground vehicles through. We're live in College Park. Derek Ward, back to you.
All right, thank you, Derek.
The roads are out. They're pretty rough all over the region right now.
The officials want you to take heed. Megan DeTille is live at the Reed Center now on
We've
Main
heard
Street.
just a second. We've been thinking about this. We've been talking about the roads, and they've been warning us about the fact that the plows are out there. They are digging the snow. They're moving it, pushing it out of the way. But the storm isn't over, and so especially as they're able to push some of the snow off the road, a a lot of roads are becoming covered again. This is a live picture from Great Falls area.
The Georgetown Pike, you named that, Georgetown Pike. Georgetown Pike in Great Falls in Fairfax. And that is a long, winding road. Treacherous even when there is no snow on the ground.
And this clearly, from this picture anyway, doesn't appear to have been really touched in terms of plows coming through there, maybe a few tracks from large vehicles that had to move through there. And I think this is probably very representative of what you might see if you try to venture out in your neighborhood street. Or maybe even that secondary road that connects to your neighborhood.
But we had VDOT earlier in the show telling us that their plan of action was to plow some of these subdivisions at the same time as the main streets just because of the quantity, the amount of snow that's falling at such a fast rate.
And if overnight, maybe if you heard a plow come through your neighborhood, and then you woke up this morning, looked out the window, and it didn't look like a plow would come through, well, that's the reality. It's probably going to have to take many passes over the next few days
And as far as
before you can get out on your street.
right, and as far as Virginia is concerned, we asked, listen, when do you think that you might see some relief in terms of getting out of your neighborhood? And the response from VDOT, 48 hours after the snow stops is when you can reasonably expect to have your road cleared. So we're looking at potentially Tuesday, depending on when the snow ends.
Right, so look, I want to give you a look at our programming schedule for the afternoon. At 12:30, English Premier League Soccer. At 2:30, we'll be back on for a News 4 Blizzard 2016 special.
That's followed by the U.S. Skating Championship at 3 o'clock, and then we're back on the air for News 4 at 6, followed by NBC Nightly News. Stay with us for all of that.
We'll be right back.
Mom, look outside. Look out on my trampoline. Look on my trampoline. I feel like my trampoline's gonna break how much snow is on it. Because it's like leaning down.